78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty LDBC, Lions Den basketball community in this case. And I got today with me my brother Too Raw for TV. What it do, man?
Hey, what's up, brother? What's up, LDBC in this situation, the Lions Den basketball community?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, man, we got we're gonna talk about Russell Westbrook today. Russ just recently passed Oscar Robertson for most triple doubles of all time in NBA history with 182. All right, triple doubles. First, I want to say, look, Russ is a phenomenal player. Everything he's been doing since he's been on this war path, you know what I'm saying, of getting these triple doubles and stuff like that, man, has been amazing. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Watching basketball before, growing up, I ain't seen nothing like that. You know, Russ is getting a lot of hate, right? People, I'm watching ESPN, I'm watching Undisputed and stuff like that, or not just Undisputed, but Fox. Watching ESPN, watching Fox, they seem to feel like they can't even give Russ credit without mentioning something negative about him, right? Like we were saying earlier, it's like O.J. Simpson or something. You know what I mean? Like he a murderer, or he a rapist, or he's something. Like, you can't give him props unless you mention something negative about him. And people seem to be obsessed with the fact that Russ hasn't won a championship. And to me, that's a bullshit argument. It's a bullshit argument because it's been hella great players, all-time great players in the NBA and in other sports that never won a fucking championship. But nobody has that shit hanging over their head like Russ. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about Patrick Ewing. We could talk about Reggie Miller, John Stockton, and Karl Malone. The list go on and on of guys who never won a championship, who are great players, right? But when it comes to Russell Westbrook, whenever he accomplishes something great, or he gets a triple-double, people say he's stat padding, or he just padding his stats. That don't mean nothing, or it don't mean nothing. Well, in actuality, it does mean something, because when Russell Westbrook gets a triple-double, his team has like a 75% chance of winning the game. So his team, when he gets a triple-double, 75% of the time, his team wins the game. So what's wrong with that? I don't understand why that's being looked at as some shitty, like, oh, he just padding his stats. Okay? But yet, nobody brings up the fact, okay, now I'm not trying to shit on Bradley Beal, because I like Bradley Beal. But statistically, when Bradley Beal scores over 40 points, at least this year, well, no, I don't even think that stat was for this year. Statistically,
no, for his career.
It's for his career. It's for his career. When Bradley Beal scores over fucking 40 points, his team has a losing record. They're like, what, 7-20 what?
I think it's 8-25.
8-25. That's right, because they won the other night. Yeah. So they're like 8-25. Okay, but nobody's shitting on Bradley Beal, saying, oh, Bradley Beal numbers don't mean nothing. Oh man, him scoring 45, him scoring 50, that shit don't mean nothing. He just padding his stats. You don't hear that kind of shit. You know what I mean? They keep doing it to Russ though. But anyway, what's your opinion on Russ's milestone and shit like that?
You know, if you asked me back in 2015, 2016, if he would have finished his career as the all-time leader in triple doubles, and more than likely he was going to be not even close, you know, I would have taken that bet. You know what I'm saying? The guy's been on a hell of a tear, and you know, ever since March, he's been averaging over 23 points, over 13 rebounds, over 13 assists, which are mind-boggling numbers. I don't care who you are, you know what I'm saying? And another thing that people don't understand is, if you really watch him play, if you try to say his numbers don't have an impact, the other night they were down by 20 points, okay? And this is without Bradley Beal. Right. He was somehow able to get, I think, 4 other guys in double figures, and to get that team to within winning, you know, a point of winning the ball game. A lot of people were criticizing the head coach, Scott Brooks, should have taken out Brook Lopez. You know what I'm saying? So it really was on coaching. But But because people don't really watch the games, they listen to these knuckleheads and morons and buffoons every day who are nothing but shot chops. They don't know a goddamn thing about basketball. They go back and repeat the same goddamn talking points. Oh, Russell Westbrook just can't win. He just can't get it done. He can't do this. He can't do that. Who the hell is he playing with? Who is he playing with in Washington right now, other than Bradley Beal? Who, by the way, before Russell Westbrook got there, wasn't doing anything himself.
Right.
Washington wasn't coming anywhere near the playoffs. Nowhere near it. And I'm not knocking him, but there haven't been anything decent, since John Wall got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it bothers me that people always bring up the fact that he hasn't won a championship. There have been some great players who haven't even made it to the NBA Finals. George Gervin is one of them. Dominique Wilkins is another one. Alex English is another one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, Pete Maravich, he only played 28 playoff games. Nobody brings up the fact that Pete Maravich not won a championship. He was a great player. John Stockton never won a championship. Nobody tags it, or he never won a championship. Usually, people, when they talk about those guys, they'll say, well, he didn't have the team necessary to win a championship. Understandable. Or, unfortunately for Charles Barkley and Patrick Ewing, they played in the same era with Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon. Or these guys played when Bill Russell had his super team in Boston. People will understand it, but for some reason with Russell Westbrook, he's supposed to do all these humanly impossible things with a mediocre roster the last 4 or 5 years, and it's just him.
Yeah. And then on top of that, he's supposed to get all the rebounds, right? He out-rebounded all the big men on his team, okay? He's supposed to do that, all right? He's getting all the assists. And on top of that, there ain't enough that he even gets you 23 points. You also want him to be clutch and hit the game-winning shots and shit, too. I ain't never seen nobody with this type of expectations. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. Like, look, man, Russ, let's go over some of his stats. I mean, some of his accomplishments. What he got, he got a couple scoring titles, right? He led the league in scoring a couple times. He led the league in assists. Like what? This is going to be like his 4th time, I think?
I believe this will be his 3rd time.
Okay. So 3 times at least leading the league in assists. Okay. As a point guard, that's great. Okay. Russ has never been a great shooter as far as percentage-wise. He never had a great field goal percentage. He never been Steph Curry or no shit like that, all right? All right? But neither has fucking Rajon Rondo or these other guys. You know what I'm saying? Them guys can't shoot either. Russ is out here trying. He better at all the other shit than them guys is. But I think because this society now, the league now, is so hell-bent on scoring. That's all people care about. Oh, this person dropped 50. This person dropped 60. You know what I'm saying? But you dismiss all the other shit that Russell Westbrook is doing when he gets his triple-double, okay? And I can't stand when people say, oh, well, he trying to do that. He trying to get triple-double. If you can try to get a fucking triple-double and do it, that's fucking amazing. And even if he's trying to do it, which he is at this point, if he's trying to do it, if it means his team got a 75% chance of winning, I'll take them fucking odds. If I had them type of odds on some shit, hey man, if I bet on this team here, I got a 75% chance of winning. I'm taking that bet. You know what I'm saying? That's them good fucking odds. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what the fuck the problem is. What is people hating on? And then they say shit like, okay, well, Russell Westbrook played with some of the best players in the league, and he ain't got no ring. Okay, why the fuck didn't them niggas win no fucking ring then? Explain to me if Russell Westbrook, okay, he played with Kevin Durant, he played with what's the boy name, Paul George, right? He played with an older Carmelo Anthony, played with James Harden, he played with Bradley Beal, okay? Now, what have any of those guys won without Russell Westbrook, excluding Kevin Durant? Because he fucking went and played with a championship team that was already a championship team. All they did was add a fucking MVP to their fucking team and they won a ring. So that shit don't mean nothing to me. But what has Paul George accomplished with or without Russell Westbrook? Let's just take Russ out the equation. What has Paul George accomplished? Nothing. What has James Harden accomplished without Russell Westbrook? Nothing. Bradley Beal? Nothing. Carmelo Anthony? Nothing. Okay? Yet, everybody tell you, oh, Russ, he fucking up. Russ, he doing this, he doing that. Meanwhile, these dudes ain't did shit without Westbrook. Okay? Nothing. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I don't quite get it when people talk about all the great players that you play with. And I know they going back to the Thunder years, but you know what I'm saying, why didn't in 2012 they went to the championship, the guy that played the worst, if you want to be honest with you, was James Harden.
Right.
James Harden played like absolute doodle balls in 2012. You know what I'm saying? And in the last series that Durant and Westbrook were a team, played on the same team, Durant played like shit the last 3 games. Mm-hmm. But people somehow magically have reinvented the past where it was Westbrook doing all these unnecessary shit and turned the ball over and doing dumb shit. And it was just Durant just throwing his hands up like, it ain't me. No, I remember Durant getting the ball stripped from him by 5'11" guards, 7-foot jump shots. Like, he fucking come out in 1950s and he can't dribble anymore. I remember the games. I remember him shooting 12 for 31 or something like that in one of them games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All this magical efficiency wasn't there. And then he don't tell anybody, leaves his teammates to think that he's gonna re-sign with the Thunder, and then he leaves. Then he announces he's going to the Warriors, a team that beat them. 6 weeks earlier.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of people looked at it as a weak ass fucking move. Now, ultimately, that's what he chose to do. He won 2 championships, but then he got mad because people didn't give him the respect that he thought that he should get. Nobody's gonna respect you for joining the bully.
Yeah.
And somebody's gonna give you the respect for joining the bully. You know what I'm saying? It's just not.
Right.
They give you respect for knocking out the bully.
Right. Especially when, and then Draymond Green, he say Draymond Green helped recruit him to go over to goddamn the Warriors, and then Draymond Green is the reason why he left. Draymond Green turned around and tell him, nigga, we was winning without you. We don't need you. And then he told him correctly, like, bro, yeah, you was a great piece to make sure we could start beating LeBron and shit, but we don't need you. We already won a ring. We already won 72 games in the championship before you got here. So that hurt his little feelings, you know what I'm saying? And he left. But I ain't trying to shit on KD, but the thing is, at the end of the day, that was how he got his rings. He went there. He joined the team that kicked their ass, okay? Cool. You can make all the excuses you want to protect, people say, oh, he got a right to do that. Yeah, he got a right to do whatever the fuck he want to, you know what I'm saying? Sure he do. But I got a right to criticize this shit. I don't have to, just like you motherfuckers be on here criticizing Russell Westbrook for every goddamn thing, and that's your right to do so, right? You niggas argue about who's the best player between this guy and that guy, and, ESPN every fucking day bringing up Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. Every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else got a right to fucking say whatever the fuck they want to say as soon as, but then when we come on here and we want to talk about Russ, then all of a sudden it's some type of motherfucking blasphemy or some shit. You know what I mean? But another thing too about Russ is, and I said this before, this is my opinion and my theory as to why people hate on Russ so much. I think Russ is intimidating to people. I think Russell Westbrook, his work ethic, Russ is the guy at your job who goes above and beyond. He come in early. He the first one there. He the last person to leave, right? His job description say, hey, just go out there. You the point guard, control the game, try to get us about 8 to 10 assists a game. You know what I'm saying? Score a little bit if you can, but that's all we need from you. He go out there and get double digits in points, double digits in motherfucking rebounds, double digits in assists, right? He going above and beyond. And what that does is that makes other people envious. Other people, you know, just like at your job, oh man, this nigga he brown nosing, you know, kissing these white folks' asses and shit, running around here like a nigga with his head cut off for what? What you doing all this for, nigga? You get paid the same amount of money. You know what I'm saying? In reality, they mad because he making them look bad. In they mind, this guy working hard and taking pride in his work makes me look bad. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think people don't like Russ. Now, Russ takes risk. He takes risk, right? Now, some people don't like that, right? That he takes risk. But the thing is, I'm a fan of Brett Favre. Brett Favre is my favorite quarterback of all time. Okay, I saw Brett Favre get praised his whole fucking career. And Brett Favre used to take a lot of risks. He used to do a lot of stupid ass shit. Right? A lot of stupid shit. But I saw John Madden kiss his ass every fucking time, Brett. Oh, that Brett Favre. I tell you, Brett. Let me tell you about Brett. You know, everybody loves them some Brett Favre. Okay? Brett did all kind of stupid shit. Throwing in picks at the wrong time, breaking the rules, the quarterback rules. He was touted as a hero, though. Brett was put on the pedestal as a hero for his gunslinger mentality and the risk that he take to fucking win a game. But when it comes to Westbrook in basketball, people try to shun him and look down on him. You know what I'm saying? And act like, oh, you know, I don't understand. You know, and the crazy part, I think people would like Russ more if he averaged 10 points a game and 10 assists and 1 rebound. I think people like him more. I think people be on here talking about, man, I think Russ one of the best, I think he the best point guard in the league, best pure point guard, man. Yeah, man, he getting 10 assists a game. But see, when you doing too much shit, people gonna hate on you. That's what it is. I don't know, but how you feel about that?
I can see that because when Will Chamberlain came in the league, you know, 60 years ago, and was putting up, like, look, before Will got there, everybody thought Bob Pettit, I know I'm just saying names, people running on tomorrow. Before Will got there, Bob Pettit was putting up like 26 and 12. And people thought, or 26 and 13, people thought that was phenomenal, right?
Right.
Then Will comes in, and he's putting up 40 and 25, 40 and 30. And it's such unbelievable, like, production that people can't quantify what you're doing. Like, it can't be this guy is this great. It's something else going on.
Right.
But we've never seen anybody as big. You know, he's big. You know, it's because he's so big and, you know, he got these advantages. He playing against midgets was true. You know, you know, he's so strong and nobody can guard him. It can't be that he's just great. You know, it can't be that Russ is just that fucking great. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, and people sometimes say, well, it's just numbers. He's just putting up numbers. The numbers to me are a reflection of his impact on the game overall.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we talked about this before. Like, a lot of people are overly concerned about scoring. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A guy can drop 50 points one night, and he's the talk of the town. But does he consistently put up these numbers? You know what I'm saying? Russell don't just have one game and he's putting up 20, 10, and 15. He's doing this every night.
Right.
And I said this before to you. Yeah, I said this before to you. You can vouch for me. I've said Russell Westbrook can literally get a triple-double every night if he chose to.
Right.
And he's doing it now. This is a guy that went out there when, what you call it now, the rapper, the tragically was murdered.
Yeah, Nipsey.
Nipsey Hussle. Yeah, Nipsey. He said, I'm going to go out there and get 20, 20, 20. Most human beings, I don't give a fuck who you talking about. They can't go out there and get 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 20 assists just like that. He can do that. The people can sit there and say, oh, he's paying his numbers. But why is it nobody else is doing this?
Right.
Nobody else is doing it consistently the way he is.
Yeah. That's what it is. Motherfuckers, their favorite player can't do it, period. If you listen, just like Russ said, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, okay? If it was obtainable, your favorite players would be doing that shit every night. Listen, man, don't talk about motherfucker chasing stats and shit. How many times I done seen a motherfucker, you know, have, 40 points in the third quarter. You already know they're going for 50. Now, it might not be smart for them to go for 50, but they going for it because they want that. They want to say they got 50 fucking points, all right, in the game. That's a milestone for them. People do that shit all the fucking time. Guys who got 28 points. You don't think a motherfucker finna try to find another shot before the game over with? So he can get that nice round 30 piece? That happens all the time, but it's accepted on the offensive end. Whenever you doing that shit for anything else other than scoring, people criticize you and act, oh man, like, just imagine somebody saying, oh, if Russ go out there and get 10 steals and 10 block shots, right? Oh man, this nigga, he trying to do that shit. That shit don't mean nothing, man. Nigga trying, he trying to do that. Well, why ain't you trying? Why ain't your favorite fighter fucking trying, and not fighter, but basketball player trying to do any fucking thing? This shit is ridiculous, bro. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I haven't looked at, all of the players. I ain't broke it down and nothing like that. But to me, Russ is, I would put him in I know you probably different from me, but I would put Russ in my top 20 NBA players of all time, to me. Yeah, that's what I think.
I grade things a little differently. But I do think that when everything's said and done, he will be definitely, I know he's top 50 and probably at least top 30 when everything's said and done.
Right.
I definitely agree with that. And, another thing I just want to touch on too, right quick, is the fact that everybody always, make him out to be this turnover machine, right?
Right.
But I don't think people know that James Harden has a record for most turnovers, leading the NBA in turnovers with 6 seats. And it probably would have been 7 if he didn't get hurt this year. But it's Russ that everybody saying this guy turn the ball over and you can't depend on.
Right. Russ, like you just said, James Harden turned the ball over more than Russ, but Russ is looked at as the guy who's a turnover. You know why? Because James Harden put the motherfucking buckets in the basket. That's why. You know what I'm saying? He put that shit in the he scored. When you can drop 50 points and 45 points and lead the leagues, people, they give you passes on everything else. All people care about is, oh, man, that bitch got some big old titties, man. Oh, her ass is fat the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You don't even care if she a slut. You don't care if her pussy stink. Oh, she got a big old ass. Oh, look at that ass on her. That's how dudes look at James Harden, man. Listen, I wouldn't even be going hard on James Harden like this if it wasn't for the extreme hate for Russ that people have. You know what I'm saying? It's so ridiculous that now I got to point out all this other shit from these other guys. Okay? You got current players in the NBA that's great fucking players that's going to be Hall of Famers. Ain't won no ring. Okay, why ain't nobody jumping all over Chris Paul? Why ain't nobody saying, Chris Paul, look, man, I know, man, he an MVP candidate. Yeah, he got the Suns, looking good right now, but shit. How many rings he won? He ain't won no rings. You never hear people talk that shit about Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? No, maybe a couple years ago they used to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Say he got to get it done and all that kind of shit. But right now, ain't nobody fucking with him. Then Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony been playing since 1972 and ain't won shit. All right? Carmelo Anthony, he ain't won nothing. All his peers won something. He didn't win nothing. Okay? Then you got, who else is out here? Dame Dollars. Everybody tell you Dame Dollars is better than Westbrook. No, I take Dame Dollars over Russ. I take Dame. Everybody tell you that. But then nobody gonna tell you Dame Dollars, oh man, he the bottom line is he ain't got no rings. He ain't won no titles. Nobody gonna say that.
And every time his teams go against the Warriors, they used to shut his ass down.
Right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's insane, man. But I don't get it. Russ is he's a former MVP. He's a 2-time scoring champion. How many times assist leader? At least 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
Multiple time All-Star.
Yeah.
I can't count some of here, but probably like 10-time All-Star.
Yeah, like a 10-time All-Star. Probably about 10-time All-NBA or something. Somewhere up in there. I mean, he did. Look, the dude is a beast, man. He a fucking beast. And all I'm saying is, I don't understand why I can't turn on ESPN or Fox and just hear something positive about this dude without dudes criticizing every little thing. They can't say nothing positive about this dude. Everything they start off with is, well, look, man, yeah, Russ is look, we all know nobody plays harder than him, and we all know the effort he puts out there. But look, man, the bottom line is he got to win. I mean, how the fuck is he going to win in Washington, man? How the fuck is he going to win in Washington, okay? All it is him and Bradley Beal. You know how hard it is to get 10 fucking assists in the game? This dude getting 15, 20 fucking assists with scrubs, bro. Scrubs. And people know them niggas is scrubs out there. Man, that's bullshit. Ain't no fuck. Come on, man. Them dudes is scrubs.
And this not they give me. They say that Russ needs to win a championship. He needs to figure it out. Stephen A. Smith, old fucking dark side helmet, hairline having ass.
Right.
He needs to get it done. He just needs to get it done.
Right.
But at the same time, they're saying, well, you know, look, I mean, we got to be realistic, man. Nobody's beating the Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
I mean, this team's healthy. Nobody's beating Brooklyn. Well, how the fuck Russ gonna get ranged in?
Right. Right. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's sad. But people like Stephen A. Smith, the media creates the super teams. They criticize these guys and put so much pressure on them to win a title. And that's the reason why a guy like Kevin Durant would leave OKC and go to the Warriors, okay? Because of the pressure that the media puts on, oh, you gotta win, you gotta win. Same thing they did to LeBron James, right? They put so much pressure on LeBron James, okay, to win a ring, and win one now. We need to see him win now, you know? And he teamed up with D Wade and Chris Bosh and all that shit. They try to do it to Giannis. Now they mad at Giannis because he didn't leave. They try to bully Giannis into going to team up with the Lakers, to go with LeBron. Or go to the Clippers, go to Miami. They're trying to get Giannis to move around from the Bucks. Oh, it's a small market team. You know, he's not going to be able to win nothing there. He better get it done. Because if he don't get it done in Milwaukee, oh, I'm going to have something to say about this. Man, I got something to say about your fucking big-ass gonzo nose and your fucking hairline, nigga. You always got something to say about some shit, weird-ass nigga. Sick of Stephen A. Smith. Sick of his ass.
Yeah, man. Who the fuck is this nigga, man? Oh, I got something to say about it. Man, shut up, man. You fucking scrub.
Yeah, motherfucker always talking some shit. Oh, idiot-ass dude. You know what I mean? But
you know,
go ahead.
I would say, you know, most of those dudes, they want those guys to go to cities that they want to go to themselves, like Miami, L.A., New York, you know, L.A., Golden State, Chicago. They want these players to go to cities where in the event they go to the NBA Finals, they feel like, you know what I'm saying, they got some shit to do themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to go to who gives a fuck, you know, Kansas or whatever the hell, some small market team. They want to Houston. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why they always doing that shit, man. And that's why I don't like the media. And I wish more people would open their eyes up to these guys' agendas. All they care about is ratings. They don't give a shit about these players' actual legacy.
Right. Mm-hmm. Shit ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. But that's ESPN and Fox and them motherfuckers for you, man. They sit their ass up there and all they want to talk about is the same shit. They want to talk about the Brooklyn Nets versus the Lakers. And the Lakers, with LeBron and AD being hurt, that done fucked up their whole little rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Last year it was Kawhi, it was the Clippers and the Lakers. And then, you know what I'm saying, the Clippers turned out to suck royal ass. You know what I'm saying? They choked. And then all that fucked up their little rotation. You know what I'm saying? So now, they better hope the Nets don't choke. Because the Nets is supposed to win the title. Let's be clear. It don't matter. I'm a Bucks fan, but I'm not stupid. The Nets is built to win now. This year, right now, they built to win a title right now this year. If they don't win, that's a fucking choke. It's a choke to me.
Yeah, if they don't win, That's 10 times worse than what the Clippers did last year.
Hell yeah.
Like, yeah, 10 times. Like, you know, and I don't want to hear nobody ever again rank James Harden ahead of Westbrook if they don't win a fucking championship this year.
Yeah, they got to win. They got to, and you know, yeah, they got to win, bro. They have to. If you take all of those people that's on that team with the current state of the NBA, with the Lakers being hurt and shit like that, I don't know who's gonna come out the West. It might be the Clippers. I mean, not the Clippers, but the Nuggets. But I don't believe in the Nuggets, man. I think the Nuggets is just fool's gold and shit. You know what I'm saying? They gotta show me something to believe.
Coach garbage, man. Mike Malone's garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the coach garbage, and you know, and plus Jamal Murray got hurt. Yeah, they one of them teams that at best they're gonna go to the second round and get knocked off.
Right. What you think about old Luka hitting old boy in the nuts the other day?
You know, man, I don't know, man. Look, some people say I hate on him too much, man. Luka's a real good player, man, but Luka to me is just a pale imitation. No pun intended, but he's a pale imitation of James Harden, man. He's, you know,
right.
He's not efficient. Granted, the Mavericks are playing better, but he's not efficient. Not really. You know what I'm saying? People always talking about Westbrook can't shoot, but I think, he shoots 33% from three, which really ain't that great.
Right. They hide that stat.
You know, right. You know, he's a triple-double threat. But the thing about him is, Luka, he does dirty shit, just like what you talked about, but people give him passes. And he's the whiningest, crying-ass motherfucker I've ever seen, man.
Right.
Always crying about something, not getting calls. He's crying about the in-game tournament, crying about this, crying about that. I mean, he just cries too much for me, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he's solid. He's solid, but he not as good as they hyping him up to be. They trying to hype him up to be the second coming of Larry Bird and shit. He not, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's not that. You know, they're trying to make him out to be like this, this little tough guy and all that kind of shit, whatever, man. Who can just show me what he can do in the playoffs. I'm waiting on that shit. Just like all the standards they put on Russ, let me see him win some rings. I want to see Luka win some fucking rings. I ain't giving them no props for shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers just sitting around hating this shit. Like now they just saying, look what they do to Giannis. Oh, look. Okay, yeah, Giannis, we know what he can do in the regular season. But come playoff time, that's when it matters. Okay? So I don't care that they beat the Nets twice. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing to you, you big head bastard. I hate Stephen A. Smith, man. This motherfucker on my fucking nerve. He always hating, bro. This motherfucker hate on everybody I like and shit. He's a hating ass motherfucker.
Yeah, especially if you don't give him access.
Right.
If you give him access, well, you know, you got to give James Harden some credit. I mean, look, I know the way that James Harden was acting the last couple of games in Houston. You know, it may seem strange, but he was doing a strategic, genius move.
Right.
James Harden, he had to do what he had to do to make that move.
Right.
And I can't blame the brother. I can't blame him.
Right.
Fuck you.
Right. Yeah, it's a
You know what I'm
bullshit.
saying? As long as you give him access, like Kevin Durant finally did, then he changes his tune. Anything you do bad, he finds a silver lining in it. You know what I'm saying? But anybody else, especially if you go against him publicly, oh shit. You can tell he hates Kyrie Irving.
Right.
Them motherfuckers one day, bro, they was like, they pretty much called Kyrie Irving an idiot.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm. They did that a
idiot.
couple times they was doing that.
Right. I said, what the fuck, bro? I said, then y'all call him an idiot. He need to retire, shoot basketball, or do whatever the fuck you doing. Then y'all get mad because he don't talk to you?
Right. Right.
You Yeah, these motherfuckers is idiots, man. And like I said, I don't agree with everything Kyrie Irving do, but on that shit, I understand why he don't want to talk to them. Fuck them. I wouldn't want to talk to them either.
Yep. So that's, I mean, I seen. Did you see Stephen A. Smith send a warning out to Kyrie Irving? You saw that shit?
What
Man,
I didn't see that.
Man, that shit was a threat, man. That's how I took it. He told Kyrie Irving, I don't know if it was how new it was, but I saw it on YouTube the other day. He said, Kyrie Irving, I'm gonna tell you right now, brother. If you don't win a chip this year for Brooklyn, the New York media is gonna unleash hell on you. Okay? You think you get criticized now? You fail this year. Oh, you gon'. Well, he was talking big shit, bro. He's basically telling them, like, if they choke this year, they're gonna come at Kyrie Irving. Basically, they're gonna find a way to blame him and let James Harden off the hook again.
Yeah, see, I think that they don't like the fact that, Kyrie called them peons and shit.
Right.
He called the people in the media peons. Them niggas got egos and shit, man. So, yeah, I don't know why they always just picking on Kyrie and shit. Because I'm not mistaken, out of the three of them, the only one that don't have a ring is James Harden. So why does Kyrie have to do all these gymnastics, these Nadia Comaneci gymnastic tactics to get their approval? He has a championship. Oh, but I forgot. Nobody gave him credit for that. You know what I'm saying? They know what time it is, man.
Yeah. I mean, Kyrie, like I said, I'm not a fan really of Kyrie like that. He a great player. I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of KD either. I'm not a fan of James Harden. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I like Westbrook. I like the Bucks. And I hate everybody else and shit. Like, fuck all the rest of them. And I hope all the rest of them niggas get injured and shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it lead to the Bucks winning the championship, that's what I'm with. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about it. Kyrie, I want them to be all fucked up. I want Kyrie Irving and James Harden to argue with each other in the locker room. I want them niggas to get into a fight on the court, get suspended. I want all that shit to happen. You know what I'm saying? Let us, like old boy from the what's his name? You said, what's the boy name who got hurt in Boston?
Oh, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, see? Shit like that. I don't care about shit like that. I want that to happen because that's going to, listen, if the Bucks can win, whatever help our chances, I don't care if it's a weak-ass championship. I don't give a fuck if it's oh, man, y'all only won because LeBron and AD got hurt in the game 2. Great. I don't give a shit. All I know is we're going to be champions, and that's what the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. I be rooting for that kind of shit. Fuck them niggas. I don't care about that shit. Shit, no, hell no. Like, if my team sucks, if the Bucks is out of the playoffs, then I root for somebody else. Until then, fuck that shit. I ain't got time for that. But anyway, what's your final thoughts on Russ though, man?
Well, I hope as far as that team, if I'm assuming he's staying with Washington. I hope they can get some other scorer to complement them because they need somebody else. And man, I ain't trying to be funny, but they need to fire Scott Brooks, man. He's just not a great coach. He wasn't a great coach at OKC, and he ain't won and done shit since he got to the Wizards. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing, man. Russ has never really had a great coach. Like a coach that, to me, has demonstrated that he can win on, the NBA level. Like, because Scott Brooks was coach at OKC. Then they fired him and replaced him with that whack-ass Billy Donovan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then he went to Houston. Mike D'Antoni, he can't win shit. And now he was Scott Brooks. He never had a great coach, man.
Right.
Not that the fact that at this point in his career that's going to, I'm not saying Russ is perfect. He has some things that sometimes people talk about this, whatever. But he's never had a great coach, and he still has been able to do all these things he's done. You know what I'm saying? But I hope that the Wizards can improve and hopefully next year there'll be a playoff team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I doubt that Russ is gonna be with the Wizards next year. I think they're gonna trade for him. Somebody probably is, most likely. But the Wizards could be a threat because you see what they're doing now. This turnaround they got, but I think they need a few more pieces, like a few more guys that can consistently get you, 16 to 20 points. You know what I'm saying? If you get you a couple guys like that, I think they can work with that as far as going deeper in the playoffs. Assuming Russ, yeah.
Because, to me, Bradley Beal, all right, he's a great scorer, but when you got him averaging 31, you're not probably in a good position. He's better off averaging more like 23, 24.
Yeah, Bradley Beal.
Having another guy on that team averaging 24, 25. Like, I just don't see, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, Bradley Beal supposed to be with us. He's supposed to be with the Bucks. If we had Bradley Beal, we'd be straight right now. Everything would be smooth.
Yeah.
But that's what it is, man. Because that would help us out with the offense. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else who can score. When Chris Middleton does his regular routine of sucking, you know what I'm saying? You can have Bradley Beal to look. Man, that'd make us unstoppable pretty much. So that'd be great. But Russ, I think for him being the point guard, the facilitator, I think he needs some guys, some knockdown shooters. You know what I mean? You get him a couple of knockdown shooters, and they ain't gotta be guys that can necessarily putting up 30 points or something. Just some guys who consistently hit. You know what I mean? And I think they'll start the year off better, and they'll probably play somewhere around six or 7 seed in the East.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just wish that he was on a team, like you said, with better all-around talent around him. Because Russ is not a selfish player. Like, a lot of people always try to make it like he's a selfish dude. Whenever he shoots the ball. I remember when he was OKC, when he shot the ball 30 times a night when he had to, he was selfish.
Right.
Now he's in a situation where, he's not the leading scorer. He can't score. I'm like, man, what the fuck, bro? Like, what do y'all want from this dude?
Yeah. And remember they did that shit when Paul George came to play with OKC. They tried to blame it on Russ that they didn't win. All right. Then the next year, Russ heard the criticism and he took a back seat to Paul George. He just was a facilitator, dishing the ball and shit like that. He let Paul George take the lead. Paul George was an MVP candidate. And then what Paul George do? He choked. He fucking choked in the playoffs and shit. That's what the fuck happened. But, they'll tell you it's Russ' fault. You know what I'm saying? Paul George took his ass over to the Clippers, still choking. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the fuck, and like I said before, Paul George only went over there anyway to take the blame. Listen, man, these players know that the media hate Russell Westbrook. They know that. And they also know if they play with Russ, all the criticism is gonna shift from them to Russ. They know this shit. You know what I mean? Paul George, James Harden, I said this shit, I predicted it. I said, man, look, when Russ first went to Houston, I said, bro, now James Harden ain't won shit without Russ. But now, when Russ get there, watch what happens when they don't win. They're gonna blame Russ. And that's what they tried to do. Yeah, I knew this ain't gonna work, I knew, see, Russ, he fucks up too much and he doing this and that. I'm like, man, get out of here, bro. You think Russell Westbrook was the point guard and the center at 6'3".
Yeah, and then, last year, I remember when they went small, everybody was talking about how Russell Westbrook is inefficient. But then when they went small, from December until they stopped playing because of the pandemic, he was leading the NBA. In that time period, he was leading the NBA scoring, and he was shooting 53% from the floor.
Right.
He basically was a point center.
Right.
You know, they're talking about how this year John Wilson was averaging 20 points a game in the paint, but Russell was averaging 21 points a game in the paint. He was getting a 16-point guard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this guy has a lot of things that are amazing for a guy that size. And another thing, too, is a lot of people, including me, I thought that he was kind of done at the beginning of this year. This guy's had multiple knee surgeries, and the media kind of proclaimed him as being done. Like,
right.
He's on like he may got one more decent year in him. But he's come out here, he's got healthy, and he's had a hell of a year. And he's averaged a triple-double for the 4th year of his career. An actual triple-double. That's, to me, the most amazing damn thing that he's done. To actually go out there and do it for a season is amazing. But to do it 4 different years?
Right, yeah. To do it for one season is historic and like fucking record book shit, you know. To do it for four times is unbelievable. That's like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Ain't nobody I ain't finna listen to nobody trying to downplay this man, what this man is doing, okay? No fault, man. Anybody, Shannon Sharp talking about, well, see, the thing is, everybody getting triple doubles now. The 10th guy on the bench can get lucky and get a triple double. You know, like, it don't matter. Russ is doing it every fucking game. I don't care if some Joe Blow is getting a triple double. Russ is doing it every fucking game. Why your favorite player not doing it every fucking game? You know what I'm saying? Why? You know? Fucking Giannis, I love Giannis. Giannis ain't getting no fucking triple doubles every fucking game. And Giannis is 6'11". He not fucking he got access. The way people double and triple Giannis, he should be getting 10 assists a game. Right? But he don't have the same mentality that Russ got. That's just the truth. It's not the same mentality. You know what I'm saying? So even though Giannis is a great player and an MVP caliber player, Russ, you gotta acknowledge what this dude is doing and give him his credit, because that shit is not easy. It's hard as fuck to get double-digit assists every fucking year, and it's be 6'3", out-rebounding big men. Oh, well, he's stealing rebounds from other guys, or why? Why can a 6'3" guy out-hustle you? Why is the 6'3" guy snatching boards over 7'2" motherfuckers? Why? Right? It's somebody a pussy. That's what that is. Just stop acting like he doing something wrong because he's snatching rebounds from these big-ass dudes. He wasn't doing that shit to Clint Capella. When it was down in Houston, Clint Capella was getting his fucking rebounds. So how's these other dudes too pussy to oh, no, this is my boy, I got this board. The hell no. Russ is out there, he out hustling these dudes. He get back on defense. He doing everything. He doing the work, really. The man really doing the work of 2-3 motherfuckers by his goddamn self. That's what he doing. And if he could shoot better, that's just asking too much. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna be that perfect, man. You know what I'm saying? If he shot the ball at 50%, I mean, he'd be the best fucking player in league history. You know what I mean? With all this shit, like, you can't ask the man to do that too.
You know what I'm tempted to say about Russ, man?
What's that?
When you talk about him, I'm tempted to almost call him the Moses Malone of point guard, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Moses Malone, the chairman of the board, he was not, how can I say it? He wasn't a natural, like, beautiful, efficient scorer. You know what I'm saying? But he worked at getting his points. And he averaged, 20 points a game for his career. And he, worked harder than anybody else to be a great rebounder. But Russ, you know what I'm saying, to me, when the smoke clears, he's going to go down as the greatest rebounding point guard in NBA history.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to be the greatest rebounding point guard in NBA history. He's going to go down as one of the top assist men, bar injury. And he's going to go down as a historic player. Now, if he never wins a championship, those who don't like him are always going to bring that up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're always going to bring it up. He hasn't won a championship.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, most great players haven't won a championship.
Right.
Because to be a champion, you have to be part of an organization that, number one, cares about that, puts the right team together. A lot of times luck is involved, that your draft picks and your free agent sign is paying out. You know what I'm saying? And the team has to go out there and perform. But if you don't have that, you're not going to win any championship. You know what I'm saying? It's just not in the cards. If some players it just don't happen, Stockton alone, shit, that Utah team, they was brutal. They was nice.
Right.
They just never got it done. They just never could get it done. Sean Kemp, you know, he could never win a championship. You know, Grant Hill, he never won a championship.
Right.
Nobody brings up about Grant Hill.
Right. Yep. A whole lot of players they had opportunities that just couldn't get it done. Penny Hardaway with Shaq couldn't get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And Shaq loved to throw that shit in Charles Barkley's face with his sensitive ass. Shaq always getting mad, telling him, "Oh, well, Chuck, you don't know. You didn't win no ring, or you ain't got no chip, Chuck. You don't know. You don't know what it's like, what it takes to win a chip and all that shit." To me, that's bullshit. To me, when people they be doing that kind of shit, because for one, it don't take away from Charles Barkley's greatness, because he played in an era where the most dominant fucking player was Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and shit. Like, motherfucker.
And Isaiah Thomas, too.
And Isaiah Thomas, right. That's fucking crazy.
Charles Barkley played in an era where he had to go against Larry Bird's Celtics, Showtime Lakers, Zeke's Pistons, then Jordan's Bulls. Then when he switched coasts, he had to go against Elijah Warren's Rockets.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like, people gotta really look at the landscape before they criticize some of these players. The Utah Jazz, they had to go up against beasts every year in the playoffs. They had no easy runs. They had no runs like the Warriors 2015 where they benefit off of going against teams that had injuries. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the benefit of going against a weak-ass Eastern Conference like LeBron did the only years he kept going to the final. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hate LeBron, but it's the truth. They had to go against some Titans, man, and he just couldn't get it done. They just couldn't get it done.
Right.
But you can't really blame it on them, man. They just went up against either great teams or all-time great players.
Yeah, fucking shit. To me, Chris Webber is a bad motherfucker. He didn't win. Chris Webber was a bad motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? He had motherfucking playing with Sacramento and shit like that. You know, they had to run into the Lakers. Had to run to the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So
he ran to Kobe Shaq Lakers.
Right. Well, nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. There's gonna be plenty of great players without a fucking ring, man. You know, they don't never win one. But like I said, it always come up with Russ, and everybody else seem to get like a pass, like, oh, well, your individual accomplishments don't mean nothing because you ain't won no ring, so we ain't gonna give you no motherfucking credit about shit. You know what I mean? That's like a motherfucker who let's say, imagine this now. Let's say a woman, graduates, you know what I'm saying, high school, you know, graduates college, gets her fucking master's or doctor's degree or some shit like that, right? You know, she becomes a successful businesswoman or some shit like that, whatever the case may be, right? But she don't never get married, or she don't never have children, right? Would you call her less of a woman now? Because she didn't do that. She didn't get married. She never got married. She never was lucky enough to have children, right? Or a man who does the same thing, but he never find that special woman, right? He never get married, or he never had no fucking children, right? Will you look at him differently and say, oh, well, you know, you ain't a real man, you ain't did this and that, you know, yeah, your individual accomplishments don't mean nothing, you know, you ain't got no family, so you ain't got no family, so nigga, you ain't shit, you know. That's to me, that's what the shit they doing to Russ. Like, you know, forget about you don't have a right to be happy, nigga. What are you happy about? You know, oh yeah, you got some stats, you know, but you ain't won no ring. Fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit.
And then the thing that get me, man, is, don't get me wrong, I know these guys, the supposed, you know, the goal is to win a championship. that. Like, okay, I get that. But getting to a point now, man, where championship rings their importance are being a little bit overstated. Now, I'm not trying to say, I don't want nobody to think like, oh, man, what you talking about, man? We just a loser mentality. No. I don't mean that. When you win a championship, it means a lot. But I'm starting to see people do this. Because Robert already got 7 rings, motherfuckers think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? Steve Kerr got 5 championships. Some people think he's a borderline Hall of Fame candidate.
Well, let me ask
Steve Kerr?
Let me ask this question. That's a great example. Great example. Now, if you out there on the playground, matter of fact, you a GM, right? You got to put together your team. You see Steve Kerr and Russell Westbrook on the fucking board. Are you taking Steve fucking Kerr over Westbrook?
Hell no.
Right, and nobody would. Nobody in the history. Steve Kerr, mama and daddy wouldn't take him over Westbrook. So, but Steve Kerr, he got them rings though. Shit, he got them chips. That's what they making it seem like that's all that mattered.
Yeah.
Shit, ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that's what it, and it gets me when they say shit like, on the panel tonight we have the legendary 2-time champion Kenny the Jet Smith. Legendary?
Right.
I'm like, okay, look, Kenny Smith was good. He was okay. He won an All-Star.
Kenny Smith
wasn't no damn legend.
Kenny Smith wasn't better than Sam Cassell to me.
No.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. I think Sam was better than.
No, I agree with you. He wasn't better than Sam Cassell. He wasn't. Sam Cassell is like just a notch under borderline Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Kenny Smith at best, he was solid some years. Great 6-man, great role player with the Houston Rockets. But that's about it, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying, like, a lot of these young people, they watch these shows, and it's more of an emphasis on championships. And if a guy won a championship, that means that, his greatness has been, hasn't been enhanced somehow. Even though it's not mentioned that this motherfucker played with 3-4 Hall of Famers who were doing all the heavy lifting. And he had a couple of big shots here and there because the other guys would be a double team. He was wide open.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, it just bothers me, man. Like, motherfuckers that averaging 5 points a game for their career, these motherfuckers getting all these praise, but a motherfucker that, like Charles Barkley, that played with goddamn Armand Gilliam, not disrespect to rest in peace, Charles Shackelford. And, you know what I'm saying?
Armand
He played
Gilliam.
with, what's his name? Can't think of his goddamn name right now. But he played with all these, these bums, man.
Yeah.
And somehow he's supposed to win championships.
Right. Because once you get considered to be a great player, once you have an individual accomplishment, whether it be scoring champion or anything like that, that's when people put the pressure on you. You can't get celebration until you win a ring. You can't get celebrated until you win a ring. I mean, they used to do that shit to Jordan too. They used to do that shit to Jordan. Before he was able to get past Detroit and shit like that. They used to fuck with him about that kind of stuff. And he get scoring titles and stuff, but he ain't win no ring. He ain't got no ring. He ain't doing nothing. So,
They did it to Jordan too.
Mm-hmm. That's what they used to do. They do it to LeBron and shit like that. But my thing is the real special players who are lucky enough to have a squad around them to get that done. It ain't just about the names. Plenty of I don't care that Russ played with Kevin Durant and James Harden when they were all young and shit. That don't mean nothing. The chemistry and the makeup of the team matters. You saw what happened when the Lakers had fucking Gary Payton, Karl Malone, Shaq, Kobe, and everybody else. They didn't win shit. So it's not just about the names. It's the team chemistry and the makeup of that team. You know what I'm saying? Like when Detroit won, they didn't have no big-ass names. They had a squad. Not the Pistons. I mean, not with Isaiah, but, with Rip Hamilton and them.
I ain't talking about that team in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna make a point too. When you say that about sometimes people bring up names, shit, 1977, when the Sixers lost to the Portland Trailblazers, shit, Dr. J had goddamn was him, Daryl Dawkins, I think Caldwell Jones on that team, goddamn George McGinnis, who was a great player. They had World B. Free on that team. There was a whole bunch of players on that team. Like they saw something like talent,
Right.
but they lost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And every year, goddamn Dr. J would go to the finals and he would lose, or he would lose to Larry Bird and get cooked by Larry Bird in the conference finals or some shit.
Right.
And one until they got Moses Malone and they had a fucking super team and he won a championship. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, Moses Malone, let me say his legacy, because if Dr. J never won a title, they was getting on him about that shit.
Right.
Like, come on, like Dr. J, you don't let this little upstart Magic come in and win a championship, and then Bird, he's coming in his second year, he won a title. When you gonna win a championship?
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, you gotta have talent around you, man. And Bradley Beal, it's not enough in today's NBA for Russell Westbrook to be able to think he got a team that can win championships.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
How the fuck is niggas is rooting for Brooklyn Nets, bro? Look at who the fuck they got on their team. And niggas is talking about Russ got to win when? When the fuck is he gonna win a ring with these niggas out here? I mean, this is ridiculous. When is this dude gonna win a fucking ring if you got Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Blake Griffin, fucking 20 other fucking good ass fucking players that will be starters on anybody else team? You got all these guys coming off the fucking bench. Man, come the fuck on. And then the other dude who finna come back, what's his name?
Spencer Dinwiddie.
It's ridiculous. Brooklyn got a fucking squad, bro. But they talking about, oh yeah, well, you know, Giannis, he got to get it done this year. You know, so Giannis and Russ is supposed to get it done this year. You know what I'm saying? Both of them supposed to get it done this year. And at the same time, Stephen A., you saying that Kyrie got to get it done too. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking ridiculous. It's insane.
Yeah,
you know?
it's you know, really, like you
oh,
said
let's not
earlier.
forget about Paul George. They said Paul George, he gonna have to get it done too. So everybody, all these people supposed to get it done in the same year. Shit crazy. Shit goofy as a motherfucker, man. How the fuck?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't get it, man.
Go ahead. What you finna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, well, you know, the reason why they keep pushing Giannis is they hope that he quits. They want him to quit on Milwaukee,
Right.
and go Jordan with LeBron or Miami, or preferably LeBron, because you know you can kind of tell. Because I think I saw on Tickets Update when I was looking up on my phone. I think LeBron was supposed to come play tonight, but I think he out. So whatever's going on with LeBron and his leg is some serious shit, man. So the point is, the days of LeBron being LeBron James might be done or coming to an end. So he gonna need more help if he's gonna continue to play.
Right.
So they looking at a guy like Giannis. They want it's okay for LA to get a super team. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for Giannis to go over there and help LeBron win a fifth title.
Yeah.
For anybody else to get a super team without the media's approval, it's a problem.
Oh yeah, they listen, man. And I ain't trying to turn this into like no LeBron hate or roast video or nothing.
I know.
But like, the thing is, what they doing is, I'm a little bitter. Okay, I hold grudges for certain shit. Okay, I don't like. Okay, listen, Michael Jordan was never my favorite player of all time, but he was the greatest player I ever seen play basketball to me. Okay, but he was never my favorite player. Okay, I liked other people. You know what I'm saying? So like, I actually like Charles Barkley more than Jordan, because I could relate to Charles Barkley being a big nigga and shit. You know what I'm saying? So now,
Right.
but then I saw how the media refused to let Kobe past Michael Jordan in rings. Now, I'm not saying Kobe would have done it. I'm just saying I know they wouldn't let Kobe get Chris Paul. They wouldn't let Kobe get Chris Paul on his fucking team. But then, now all of a sudden, we fast forward now into time, every fucking body can get anybody on their team they want. Fuck the salary cap, fuck this and that. Oh, everybody can just come together. The league was just shutting shit down back in the day. Did I miss something? Did they change the rules?
Yup, I just remember David Stern mixing that trade. Because the big news that day was that Chris Paul was on the Lakers.
Right.
And I said, oh, shit. I said, that nigga's Kobe going to win 2 more championships.
Yep.
So I would do video talking about everything. Then I found out that the league rescinded that trade, which didn't make any sense to me. Because, you know, he passed the system and everything. So the only thing that made sense is, like you said, they didn't want him to pass Michael Jordan.
Yeah, they hated on that shit. They hated on that shit with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? And now they trying to make LeBron better than Jordan and all this shit. They trying to like they keep changing, moving the goalposts and changing the standards. And well, does it matter if Jordan was undefeated in the finals? Well, does it matter if LeBron is not? Well, like, bro, how the fuck y'all guys keep changing the fucking standard of this shit, man? You know what I'm saying? How many championships LeBron got? 4?
4, yeah.
Yeah, I mean LeBron, look, he a beast. He did his thing. He got what? 2 in Miami, 1 in Cleveland. That's his best one. He got 1 with the Lakers. That's a dope one too. But so if LeBron wins another ring, what the hell is this? Oh, somebody texted me. If LeBron wins another ring, he'll have 5. Okay. I personally think it's too late for LeBron to catch Jordan with championships because I think his best years are behind him now. He's older. The only way that's gonna happen is if they would have been able to pull off that Giannis shit. If they could have got Giannis to go over there, oh yeah, and LeBron and AD can rest up a little bit. And right now, you had Giannis out there still dropping 30 points and shit like that. Man, yeah, they'd be good now. Cause then LeBron come back from an injury, shit, man, he's smooth as butter with Giannis. You know what I mean? That's what they wanted to build 2 superpowers. You know what I'm saying? 2 superpowers. They wanted the Lakers to have Giannis, and it'd be LeBron and fucking AD. And then in the East, you have a powerhouse in the Brooklyn Nets, and then they meet up every fucking year. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's some bullshit.
Another thing too about the media is these guys are kind of lazy, man. Like, they don't want to go through the habit or trouble of watching all these games.
Right.
And you can tell that a lot of these guys don't watch games. So if you just really got 2 or 3 super teams, you really only got to follow the Lakers, Brooklyn, and whoever the third team is that might be a threat. Everybody else, they don't give a fuck about it.
Right.
They just look at some stats and make general comments. Well, you got such and such averaging, blah, blah, blah. You know, he's having a hell of a year, but, they're not the Brooklyn Nets. That's it. They don't really know these guys. I don't think I seriously doubt Steve A. Smith has watched more than 10 games this season in the NBA. Right. I mean that. I don't think he really watches those games.
No, they watch the highlights. They might watch a quarter or something and then watch the highlights. And they got people who give them all the stats of the game and shit, and then they sit down and talk about it like they watched it.
Right. Yeah.
That's some bullshit, man. But yeah, that's what they doing, man. But hopefully, you know what I'm saying? The whole point of this video was just to say congratulations to Russell Westbrook for a great accomplishment. Hey, off the top of your head, Mike, do you know how many players in NBA history have over 20,000 points and over like 8,000 assists? It's only a couple that I know of.
LeBron's one of them. Westbrook.
Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, Oscar Robertson. I think Chris Paul is about to join them. Because I think he about to get 20,000 points. So, and good girl, I'm out of check that. Oh, my bad. And I'm trying to think. Magic didn't get 20,000, so it's not him.
I don't remember.
Did he get 20,000?
I can't even remember who the other one is. I asked that question because somebody left me a comment saying Russ was one of 4 people to get over 20,000 points and 8,000 assists, and only one of 4 people in NBA history. Now, if that's I don't know how the fuck people hating on this dude, bro. The man, bro, with all this man accomplishments, the only thing you can say about him is he got fucking he ain't got no ring. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. That's fucking a weak ass cop out and shit, man. That's the weakest shit I ever heard in my life. Man, a motherfucking beast. Look at Allen Iverson. As dope as Allen Iverson was, he ain't got no fucking ring, right? He didn't win a championship, right? He just wasn't in a position where the proper team was around him to win a championship. He came close. He got to the finals and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He bust Tyronn Lue ass and shit like that, but he didn't get it done. If we go by Stephen A. Smith standards, then none of his individual accomplishments matter, you know, because he didn't get it done. He didn't get it done. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, as dope as Iverson was, Iverson only had 1 triple-double his whole life. And then just think about that. Put that shit into perspective. Put that shit into perspective. Look at how great Allen Iverson was, and he had 1 triple-double his whole life. Okay? That's what Russ is out here doing. He's a small guy who running up and down the court, snatching rebounds, dishing that ball out, and fucking scoring. It's ridiculous, man. Ain't no way, motherfucker can't hate on that shit. But anyway, man, good looking on joining me for this one, man. Congratulations to Russell Westbrook. I'm sure he'll probably finish his career off with somewhere around 200 or more triple doubles, and I don't think nobody else ever gonna break that. At least not for another 50 years or so. I don't think nobody gonna break that shit.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody can break the man. Nah. I mean, you think about it. What you think about it, man? Jason Kidd didn't come close.
Right.
This kid didn't come close, you know, and you know, Magic might have had he, you know, never got sick. It could have been Magic, but it's gonna take a guy that's like just special, man. And for Russ to do it, 6'3", and to accomplish it, and probably got a couple more good years in him. Yeah, he can get over 200 of them.
Bro, I remember when Terrell Brandon was considered the best point guard in the league, and they was touting him as the best point guard in the league. I remember when Andre Miller was consistently called the best point guard in the league. He's the best pure point guard in the league and all this old shit. You take them dudes you take their best years, and it don't equal to what Westbrook is doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that makes it hard for people to really, like, people say, oh, well, Russ ain't better than Steph. Bro, who the fuck is better than Steph Curry? I mean, the nigga, Steph Curry shoot the ball like we ain't never seen nobody shoot it. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, people are addicted to the scoring. You know what I'm saying? They're addicted to the scoring. So Steph is amazing. You know what I'm saying? But, so I know if people was picking teams, motherfuckers might pick Steph because of his ability to shoot. I get that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But for what I want, if I'm picking the team, if I'm doing a starting, fuck it, let's do that just to close out the show. If you putting together a squad, a playoff team, you can only pick 8 players. All right, 8 players in NBA history on the squad. Who you picking, Mike?
Shit. Probably Michael Jordan at my shooting guard. You talking like as far as like an all-time great team?
Well, yeah. Just we just put together a squad, my team versus your team type of shit. This, yeah, it could be an all-time great team or whatever. But matter of fact, let's do this. Let's exclude Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Let's take both of them out of the equation.
Okay. Shit, probably goddamn Elijah Barkley, Bird, Curry, and Westbrook.
Oh, it's your starting five?
Yeah, that's my starting five. You said like 3 other ones?
Well, you don't have to, yeah, but I was going to say, yeah, 3 reserves or something.
Shit, you know, maybe Patrick Ewing, Kevin Durant, and Scottie Pippen.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Mine, let me see here. Let me do my starting five first. I would take Shaq at center, a prime Shaq. I'll just take the Orlando Shaq. You know what I'm saying? I know he wasn't at his best, but I need him. The young Orlando Shaq. I'll take him. I'll take Kevin Garnett. I'll take I would take Durant. I would take shooting guard. I would take Ray Allen, and I would take Russ as my point guard. And then for the reserves, I would have Reggie Miller, Steph Curry, and probably, yeah, I agree with you, Scotty. You can't have a team without Scotty. I have Scotty for defense and shit, for locking down all them bitch ass niggas like James Harden. Scottie Pippen to lock James Harden ass up.
Yeah, he would. Had James Harden fumbling and falling and crying all fucking night.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'll do that. But shit, man, we can get up out of here though, man.
All right now, man.